In the early 2000s, it was pretty common to see web applications use GET requests to actually make changes to a database. For example, you would be able to unsubscribe from a mailing list by sending a GET request to a URL like this, and then you could use it to actually change the value in the database. And so this was really convenient for developers, but it would obviously change the state of the application. And this is sort of antithetical to what GET requests are supposed to be for. GET requests should be read-only. So whether you issue a GET request to some service or don't, either way, this should leave the web service in the same state. And this in turn makes, when done correctly, makes GET requests really good for caching stuff, because there's no difference between sending a GET request to a service or not sending one. Responses can be cached in some sort of a proxy server or on the client itself, and then subsequent GET requests can skip going to the database. In a sense, they can just hit the cache directly and return data from the cache instead. But doing things like this, like updating the database to unsubscribe users, broke this pattern. And nowadays, it's really rare to see a REST web service that would break this rule in such an obvious way. But these days, there are sort of more subtle ways to get in trouble. For example, in one of the companies that I used to work for, we were unable to leverage HTTP caching on our front-end web applications because business intelligence and advertising teams depended on the web server logs, which were generated their reports and calculated things like revenue sharing. So this meant that even if our web applications were implemented using GET methods correctly, and all of our GET handlers were read-only, we couldn't add a layer of caching proxies and then, hit them from the front end, as it would remove a large part of the incoming traffic to the web application, which was generating those logs, which the business analysts needed. And this would skew the reports that they needed. And this example is from this book, by the way. And so the author doesn't